Greetings, Love Posse. Before I begin today's conversation, I'd like to begin by sharing a story about today's message. When I was in high school, I think it was around 1985, Whitney Houston debuted her song, You Give Good Love. I watched that video so many times. I was just mesmerized, not only by her voice, but by her beauty. I remember asking my sister, my younger sister, I'm the oldest. She was the hairstylist of the family. And I asked her to style my hair like Whitney Houston's hair was styled in that video, You Give Good Love. For about a week or so, I had that hairstyle. You know, I'd go to school and just beaming because my hair was styled like Whitney Houston's. I had copied her hairstyle. Same with Madonna. I loved Madonna. She was an original. And I remember for a week, I dressed up like Madonna, would go to school dressed like Madonna. I copied her style. What I didn't understand from Madonna, from Whitney Houston, was that they were being who they are. They were original. Whitney Houston has an original sound. I don't care how many people sing her song. Most people can't sing her songs because she was an original. Madonna, hands down, an original. Lady Gaga, an original. Today's message, the copycat culture, how the United States has become a nation of imitators. Everywhere I go, on social media, I see that this nation has become a culture of imitators, of copycats, of thieves. It's in the country's blood, if you know the country's history. People wanting to be someone else and not who they are. I know who I am. Do you know who you are? Are you a copycat, a thief, an imitator? That's what this culture in the United States has become. We have institutions, music school, film school, art school, dance school, where they teach you the style, the techniques of the greats of those fields. And they want you to learn their technique and their music. They don't encourage the students to be original, to be unique. They encourage students to be like these other people that they consider great. I remember when I was in the video and media production program, learning how to be a filmmaker. One day in class, our instructor said, if you want to be a great filmmaker, steal someone else's idea, copy them. And then he caught himself and he said, well, steal someone else's idea, copy them, but add a little bit of yourself in it. Make it your own. He had already done damage because those were impressionable students, kids, okay? It was a community college. Now, when I was in high school, dressing up like Whitney and Madonna, That's great. That's high school. I'm 57 years old now. I don't want to be like anyone else but myself. But the collective, I think it has become a way to survive in this country, because difference and diversity is being attacked more than ever. And this imitating and copying and stealing people's ideas, stealing their style, their voice, their walk, their hairstyles, the way they dress, has created this disdain for being original, being unique, for sticking out. You have to have courage to be original and unique in this web of copycats and thieves and imitators. When we're children, we learn by imitating social behavior, other kids, our parents. But when we grow up, we must understand that we are the only person in the world like us. I don't know if you are into astrology. I am. I have my natal chart, and I don't know if you are aware of this, but every human being's natal chart is unique to that individual. No two natal or birth charts are the same. Yes, the charts have this 4 quadrants and southern and northern hemispheres. I think the southern hemisphere is at the top. Same planets, but they're not in the same houses and in the same signs. We were meant to be original, to be unique. But we've learned to survive through imitating, stealing, and copying. It's become boring. Look at Hollywood, perfect example. No original ideas, boring sequels after sequels. But who stands out in that industry? A24, because they are original. That studio is original. Why? Because it gets its material from independent filmmakers who wouldn't otherwise, probably not, get a shot in Hollywood, because Hollywood has become a leader in encouraging copycatting, stealing, imitating. There's a formula to making films. Everyone wants to be like George Lucas or Spielberg, whatever. So they learn their techniques, their style. This is taught in school, right? Everyone wants to be the same, be the same, be the same, be the same. No originality. When we try so hard to fit in, to imitate, to steal, to copy other people's ideas and styles, that's all we know, right? It becomes a blinder. You're not open to your own uniqueness, to that which the universe wants to share with you because of your particular signature. because you're the only one on this planet like you. It's become so just mundane, this copying and imitating. People don't even have their own opinions, because we've become a culture where people rather be uneducated, rather be ignorant, rather not think. There's no critical thinking. They want other people to think for them, give them their ideas, hence the copying, stealing, imitating. So opinions are not their own. They're other people's opinions, and they just vomit other people's thoughts and ideas, thinking it's cool, thinking they're fitting in, copying and imitating hate, imitating ignorance, imitating disrespect. The copycat culture, how the United States has become a nation of imitators. When I was preparing for this conversation, it dawned on me. So if you have a coin, or my hands, one side you have the copying, the stealing, the imitating. I don't want to say people are lazy, but some people are lazy and some people are not. There are so many possibilities here. And so, and you have with that, some people wanting to fit in. It's easier just to copy and steal and imitate because that's what other people are doing, and it's encouraged, right? Because you have these millionaires and billionaires and you want to be like them, so you want to copy their technique, copy their steps, copy their techniques. You may never be a millionaire or billionaire because it has nothing to do with that. Do you understand? Your path is different. Your path is different. Then you have this side. And I started thinking, maybe this copying, stealing, and imitating is a dysfunctional way of moving us towards wholeness, helping us in some way to remember that we are interconnected. Ponder that. Let me repeat it. Maybe this dysfunction of imitating, stealing other people's ideas, stealing their personas, imitating their persona, their style, their dress, their voice, their coolness, is actually a dysfunctional way of reminding us that we are interconnected. Chew on that. Chew on that. I think it's fascinating. At the same time, we must remember that we were born original, unique. You know, there's a proverb in Japanese culture: the nail that sticks out gets hammered in. Maybe we've absorbed that. That's part of it, right? Because that's what we're being shown, right? In our government, the nail that sticks out gets hammered in. If you look different, you act different, you love differently, you talk different, you get hammered in. because people feel safe when they are around people like them. They want to snuff out diversity and difference, uniqueness. I saw a movie. It's on YouTube. It's free. I believe it's called Abigail. Check it out. And in this movie, this community, they've created this farce, this infection. They say, you know, the government says there's this infection going around. Well, the infection is actually a farce. There's no infection. They are kidnapping and taking into custody people who are unique, people with gifts, because the government doesn't like gifted people. They want everyone to be, they keep using the word equal. Equal, right? In this movie, Abigail. But they're lying to the people. They've created this narrative that there's an infection and it's for everyone's health and safety. We've heard that before. That they round up these people with these infections, with this infection, but it's not an infection. They're rounding up people with these gifts, special gifts. And they take them to this place where this scientist, he has the gift. That's why they've taken him into custody. And he's created this machine where he draws out or sucks out people's gifts so they can be like everyone else in this culture, right? Mediocre. Because when you copycat, when you steal, when you're imitating, what you're saying to yourself is, I'm mediocre. I have no ideas of my own. You're saying that you are not worthy, you're not valuable. And so that's who you become, mediocre. We live in a country where mediocrity is the norm. So I challenge you, I dare you, I double dog dare you to be unique, to be original, to have your own opinion and share it, to shine your light, not somebody else's, to rock your style, not somebody else's. Do you even know your own voice, what your own voice sounds like? Are you imitating, copying someone else's voice? Do you know who you are? Are you a cartoon character or some character from a movie or a book? Who are you? Look in the mirror and ask yourself, who am I? Am I a copycat, a thief, an imitator? I encourage you to be who you are. I remember watching Elon Musk on Joe Rogan's podcast. I no longer watch Joe Rogan's podcast, but I watched this particular episode, and he was talking about the Neuralink that he wants, people to have in their their skull, their brain. And he said, well, we're already computers. Humans are already computers. They're just tied to their phones, iPhones and iPads and their laptops. They're already computers. They'll just all be the same. They'll just be computers. We've forgotten that we're having a human experience. Humans are unique. Same, different. Same, different. But each of us is unique in our own way. We don't have to copy, steal, imitate. We just have to be who we are. AI will be great for some things, helping people who are paralyzed, for example. But on the other hand, it's a trap if you fall into it, because it encourages inauthenticity. It encourages copycatting, imitating. It moves us away from our own individual creativity, unique creativity. Just some things to think about, even in the spiritual community. You have, oh boy, so many imitators. Spiritual. People imitating gurus and spiritual teachers. I understand it. I used to follow so many spiritual teachers. And one day I said, you know what? My strength is in being who I am, embracing my uniqueness, my quirkiness, the copycat culture. How the United States has become a nation of imitators. Peace and love to all sentient beings.